This in from the Gateway Pundit today. Whistleblower fired after exposing huge scam. Multiple Kentucky driver's license branch employees secretly sold driver's licenses to potentially thousands of illegal aliens for several years. Melissa Moorman worked at Louisville's NIA Center licensing branch through Quantum Solutions, a staffing agency contracted by the state to help staff regional officers for 2 years and 3 months before she was fired. Moorman was fired after interviewing with an investigator following her brave testimony about co-workers allegedly secretly selling licenses to illegal aliens for $200 each. The brave whistleblower said the driver's license scam was taking place between 4 to 5 times per day for at least 2 years. According to Moorman, the licenses for illegal alien scam took place in multiple Kentucky licensing branches. Moorman stepped forward and blew the whistle on fellow employees after she was approached by 2 of them who asked her to join their fraudulent scheme, which puts driver's licenses in the hands of, quote, undocumented workers without having to take the required tests to obtain a legal license. Local Kentucky news station WDRB has done an exceptional job of investigating and covering Moorman's story. The employees were being paid under the table, Moorman told WDRB News. I immediately let my supervisor know. The employees were being paid under the table, Moorman said. The undocumented workers would come into the office in groups. They were then provided with either permits or driver's licenses illegally, so they would bypass without even taking a test, the whistleblower claimed, adding that this happened up to 5 times a day. Take a look at what WDRB reported on this.
Didn't want this out. Fraud inside Kentucky's transportation cabinet. Licenses issued without a driver's test.
It is an ongoing WDRB investigation, and tonight we hear from a whistleblower who says coworkers used her login to pull off this scheme.
The employees were being paid underneath the table.
They say sometimes
I immediately let my supervisor know about it.
truth hurts.
Did you ever think that this would cost you your job?
No,
And for Melissa Moorman,
I was angry for a long time.
this is one of those.
It hurts me that I'm talking about this and I actually like where I was working at.
Times.
I came into the office that day, my computer was shut down. I was told to go to the front door. Detectives came in, they interviewed me. That was it.
Moorman says she was fired 3 months after she sent this letter to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, blowing the whistle that workers at the NIA Center licensing branch were selling driver's licenses under the table to people who never took the driver's test.
Undocumented workers.
How did it work? What was going on?
The undocumented workers would come into the office in groups. They would provide them either permits or driver's license illegally. So they were bypassed without even taking the test.
How much?
$200 a person.
Up to 5 times a day, she says.
Was this an everyday thing?
Almost, yes.
Now, according to Moorman, the documents, including social security cards and birth certificates, were forged but appeared authentic. They were used to issue driver's permits and licenses to undocumented immigrants who never took the required tests. She says the scheme bypassed Homeland Security background checks, which she discovered after transactions were processed under her name when she wasn't at her desk. I started getting these emails saying, "Are you doing this?" Moorman recalled. "I'm not there for the day, so things start coming together." I'm like, what's going on? Take a listen to this part.
I found out it may have been going on for a couple of years before it was found out.
We're told it wasn't as simple as people getting state-issued driver's license or permits without taking the test. She says 2 of her colleagues at the NIA Center approached her with a business venture, asking if she wanted to get in on the scheme.
I was asked to bring certain customers in, and they are brought in to me without signing in, and you would scan their documents as usual.
Documents made to look legitimate, like birth certificates and social security cards, according to the letter she wrote to the state. But a key to pulling off this scheme was making sure the required Homeland Security screening was never run.
I start getting these emails saying, "Are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this?"
And that's where it unraveled. She says those workers were using her login.
Well, in October of 2024, Moorman says she and her supervisor submitted a letter to KYTC detailing the fraud. The 2 workers, she reported, were terminated in late 2024, according to her lawsuit. In January of 2025, a detective interviewed her at work, and she says she was fired later that same day. Public records reviewed by WDRB News reveal that Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, or KYTC, mailed at least over 1,500 warning letters to drivers declaring their licenses were issued in error, were invalid, and must be surrendered immediately or face criminal prosecution. Yet, behind closed doors, the agency is withholding 2,300 additional records, shielding key details from public view under the cover of ongoing investigations. Although the U.S. Attorney's Office and the Kentucky State Police are involved in the investigation into fraudulent licenses for illegal aliens, Democrat Governor Andy Beshear is downplaying the scandal. In April of 2025, when asked if the scheme was linked to immigration, Beshear claimed he wasn't aware. That assertion is hard to square with the paper trail, including a whistleblower letter dated October 2024 and repeated WDRB inquiries in early 2025, suggesting the governor had ample opportunity to be informed months earlier.